So good morning. I wanted to give you a little update. When last we spoke, Dad was diving the anchor in probably the most beautiful anchorage we've seen so far. I didn't take a lot of video during our adventures on White Key and Hoffman Key and that area because I wanted to enjoy it, and I wish there was a way to do both at the same time. But I guess if you're really interested and you're watching this and you're not on my Facebook, drop me a message and I'll put them on Instagram, or photos and stuff like that, and more descriptions of where we were if it really appeals to you. But I just wanted to show you what a beautiful morning it is. We are sailing past Little Harbor Key. I do believe there's a settlement there, but I think we're going to bypass that because right now we are headed to Nassau. So we're going to say goodbye to the berries. But as you can see, we're under sail. We've got the mainsail, and where Dad's getting the staysail up. It's a beautiful sunny morning. We are going around 3.5 knots. If you recall our GPS plotter here, that puts us in right now at this rate at a time of 5:18 at the mouth of the port here at Nassau. So here goes the sail. We want to pick up a little speed because we want to get there before dark. It's a busy harbor, and you have to be careful about that. I can do things. So we're trying to pick up a little more speed so we can get there at a safe time. Nassau is one of the places where you have to call into the harbor master to get permission to enter because there's cruise ships and all kinds of other things happening there. So we want to be sure that we enter in a timely fashion. And we are definitely picking up speed. Our ETA now is 5:03 p.m.
Before dark.
Before dark, much better.
We're not used to entering before dark.
No. I guess, Craig, if you're watching, you'll relate to that. Dad likes to get places after dark, right?
Especially if it's raining.
That's what I hear. But there is no rain in the forecast.
There is dark in the forecast.
There is. Yeah, so it's beautiful. It's probably going to be in the upper 70s today. The wind is predicted to be, what, 8 knots?
Yeah, 7, 8.
Yeah.
From the southwest.
Yeah.
So we should be able to sail pretty much like this. We may have to motor sail because we really do want to get there before dark. It's a very busy harbor, and we're not that familiar with the marinas, so
yeah.
We're excited. It's going to be fun.
When you go to Nassau, there's, from what I hear, so you've got Nassau, or New Providence Island, and then you've got Paradise Island, which is kind of the resort area, and the harbor is in between the two.
That's right.
And there's about 5 million marinas and working docks and things in there. So.
And it's complicated by, well, at least the last time I was there were a number of these huge wooden Haitian sailboats, fishing boats. It's really fun to watch them, but of course they're oftentimes either don't have an engine or they have a small outboard. I've even seen them being pushed by basically a rowboat with an outboard. And but to see them tacking back and forth up the channel, this narrow channel, is kind of exciting. But you don't want to be in the middle of all that when it's happening. So yeah. But it looks like we're going to have a really, really nice day. Good chance to sail. Even if we have to motor sail a little, it'll still be a good day.
Yeah, and yesterday, like I was telling them earlier, that we didn't really get any film of it, but we did explore those keys by dinghy, and we saw some really cool stuff. And there's actually a wrecked sailboat.
Yeah.
That we didn't quite dive down to see, but we leaned over into our with our mast to look at. It was pretty recently wrecked. I don't think anyone was hurt. It was in the process of being salvaged when a storm hit. and went down. We saw that. We explored some of the tide pools. We found a blue hole that you can swim in, that's just completely isolated from everything else. It's just literally a round
saltwater
lagoon.
Yeah, and it's, I don't know how, well, it's really, really deep.
Couldn't see how deep it was, yeah.
So,
that was really cool. And saw some rays and things like that. It was just a beautiful anchorage. But I like the idea. I like the fact that we're going to head to Nassau next, because there's a contrast there, obviously, with, I want to see a little bit of everything. And so I'm interested in some of the history. There's forts there. There's kind of the pirate and colonial history, which is kind of interesting. So we're hoping to hit up, see if there's museums there to visit, and some of those forts. And probably only spend a couple days there and then head out to the Exumas, because we haven't done any actual reef snorkeling yet or anything.
Anyway, like you say, it was a beautiful harbor. Looking forward to Nassau and hardware stores.
But let me get one last little panorama of where we are here, so because I know that some of you are probably here for the sailing. So it's just clear all the way around. And then back to the Berry Islands over here. And we're going at pretty good speed now. So we will check in later. Thanks for watching. So we're going to have a little sailing update here.
Yeah. Well, when we last spoke to you, we was putting up the staysail, and I actually, it's a boom staysail normally, and I had taken the boom off the boat because it gets in the way of the dinghies when we store the dinghy up there. So I've been trying to use that staysail, which now you cannot see because I took it down. We put it up thinking that it might add to our speed, and I don't think it really did, and it was interfering with the wind that was supposed to be hitting the headsail, the big sail in front. So anyway, it doesn't look like it's going to work very well because you just can't get a good sail shape. I'm either going to have that sail recut, or I have to have lines run back on either. Anyway, it gets complicated. Or yeah, I don't. There's no real. We'll probably just continue to use that staysail. If we get higher winds, it's still going to be a useful sail because it lowers the center of effort on the sails, and is a good sail if you're having a little gustier winds. So anyway, it's still useful, but it's not useful in this circumstance because all it does is get in the way of the other sail, and we're sailing actually very, very good now without that sail up. Anyway, I thought I better explain that because some of you actually might be sailors and you're thinking, you know, what's that idiot doing? But he doesn't use that sail that way. So that's the story.
So you're not an idiot. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm not an idiot. I don't know if I can make that assertion, but I did know what I was doing. I mean, if that makes any sense at all.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what I'm doing or what you're doing.
Yeah.
So it's nice that one of us does.
So I could have faked it, I guess.
From my point of view, yeah. No, you've kept us alive for many years. So I appreciate that.
That's good.
But no, we're going good. Right now, we've got 33 nautical miles to go. And it's a very nice, comfortable ride.
Yeah, we're doing about 4.6, 4.7. Plenty of time to get there before dark.
Yeah. All right, we'll see you then. Hey everyone. So we're just coming into Nassau Harbour in front of us, behind me, and we had a really nice sail, as I think we showed you just now. But about halfway through the day, we had to take most of the sails down because the wind had shifted and died a little bit, and we weren't going to get in before dark. So as much as Dad loves to get places in the dark,
true,
for my sake,
only if it's raining
or really windy, we had to start the engine, and otherwise it's been a beautiful day. Although you can really notice when the wind stops moving, it gets really warm. and then later, of course, an anti-pirate sort of, you know, colonial holding. So we're gonna hope to see some of that. But as we come in here, you're gonna see, hopefully, Nassau is on our right, and Paradise Island, which is mostly resorts and that type of thing, is on the left. And we're just gonna show you kind of the approach, and Dad is steering, and I'm going to be manning the lines and things as we get closer to the marina. We have a reservation, and we're gonna call them in a minute when we can see it. And that's pretty much it. Anything to add?
Nope, I think we're good.
All right, so enjoy. It's very thrilling.
This is one of the few harbors where you have to actually contact the harbor control and ask permission to enter the harbor. And the reason is, what you probably see, these cruise ships obviously need a lot of room to maneuver, and neither you nor the harbor control want you to be in the middle of all that when it's going on. So, and there's also quite a bit of traffic from other commercial vessels and recreational vessels. So you basically call the harbor control on the radio and give them your last port of call, your boat registration number, and your destination, which is your marina that you're going to. And it's pretty straightforward. Seems pretty casual.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting because they do ask for your registration, but I don't think they have time to write it down.
No.
They didn't ask for clarification. I'm not sure how much record is being kept, but it's interesting.
With your American accent, it probably was very difficult for them to understand what you were saying.
I find it difficult, Americans. Don't you?
I was the one that was talking.
You
right?
were? So soon you forget. No, you forget because I had to repeat everything.
That's true.
What did she say? So we keep touching this screen. I don't know if you can see the screen, but because the AIS system, the alert system we mentioned before, tells you when you're approaching something dangerous or a new dangerous target has appeared, and you have to keep clearing it or you can't see the screen, which is kind of dual-sided when it comes to a safety mechanism. It ensures that you see the warning, but you have to like stop what you're doing and clear it every time.
I guess we can turn that off. I don't know.
No, I think it's good to have. I think it's good to have. Well, one thing we've done is, if we're in a dense area where we know we're on the lookout, we have sort of temporarily disabled the alarm. We can see all of the dangerous objects, but we're not constantly being pinged for it. We're gonna do that now. I think we're paying enough attention. We're probably not going to hit something accidentally.
Right.
Or on purpose. Either one.
So there are 4 cruise ships berthed here right now. One just left. Came out just before we started entering the harbor.
I guess it would make sense for someone to fly to Nassau potentially and then do a Caribbean cruise from here as opposed to cruising from Miami. I guess there's different options. So.
Yeah, this is probably, well, of course, it's the largest town or city in the Bahamas. Like that couple, that family we met, they had a friend who had a boat here. They just flew to Nassau and are spending 10 days cruising the Berry Islands. When my brother and his daughter joined us, they flew into Nassau. You know, there's a ship for that.
Oh yeah.
Up here.
Kind of looks like a pirate ship.
It does. surrender.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna play dead. Revenge. I don't think that was the name of his boat.
Queen Anne's
Revenge, yeah. But she doesn't need revenge anymore, she does.
Right. Yeah, Queen Anne is the one who gave him the letter of the mark, authorizing him to be a privateer, and then when she was no longer there,
Yep.
he went out on his own. So you know where this marina is?
It is after the bridge, starboard side. I read that there is a large sign. It's the second marina in there. There's another one, sort of a working marina, kind of tucked back, kind of next to the bridge, and then ours is the next one. Yeah.
You know the bridge height here is like 6,700 feet.
I know it was more than our past. The 69-foot vertical clearance. So we should be good. Something's very wrong if not. So this sudden shade is all the cruise ship next to us here.
enter through that little where it starts curving down. Yeah.
Yeah. Because all these boats are anchored.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we need to just keep going past them to port.
What's that?
So we need to keep going past them to port, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's quite a number of boats are anchored here. It's notoriously bad anchorage, so it's not good holding, and there's a lot of winds from boats and commercial traffic.
Bruce Mail, this is Cole. State your intentions. They're leaving forward.
And I think there is some concern about safety.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I've never looked at the statistics or anything, but a lot of the marinas advertise that they have security and stuff.
And sometimes it's not just the security of your person or your actual boat, but if you have to go ashore someplace on your dinghy, you got to leave your dinghy someplace, a great public place. And sometimes it's very difficult to find a place that will allow you to dock your dinghy. And of course, they're really subject to theft. These are the transfers or easily portable.
Right. So at a place like this, it just seems easier to get a marina. You've got access to restrooms and showers and laundry, usually. And then you're usually within, if you're not within walking distance of like a grocery store or whatever, a lot of times they'll have shuttles or public transit or whatever you need. Or you can Uber, whatever.
Well, we used to be able to book a room and travel the island on these mailboats. It's especially really inexpensive. I'm sure they carry passengers just for convenience. Probably going to be fixed docks. So when you do the other one, we're going to have a post we're going to tie up to, and a dock that's just not a floating dock. So we always it's better to put the fenders, the bumpers, horizontal rather than having them hang down straight. It gives you better cushion against the pilings. Take some adjustment once you get into the actual docking process. You're scrambling around to make sure the fenders are in the right place. think we're going to have somebody here to catch our lines, which is always helpful.
turn light?
Yep. Oh, no. Thank you.
Thanks. Clear the engine for me, please.
What's that?
Clear the engine. See, it's holding on to the engine.
Yeah,
oh.
yeah.
Sorry about that.
Do you have some money?
Yeah. No.
Yeah, get it.
Grocery trips to the high tide, right? Oh, we have a small boat. One or the other. Yeah. Power?
Yes, please.
So we're just getting our lines all appropriate. It's a fixed dock, as Dad said, I think. So the tide really matters, of course. And now we're gonna get our electric cord out so that we're not reliant on battery power. So yeah, you can use the engine to recharge the batteries when you're motoring, which of course we did today, but we really only use some of the stuff on board, like the electric lights and things, when we have access to shore power, because otherwise we deplete the batteries, and the batteries are the same thing we use to start the engine and run the reefer and all that good stuff. So having shore power is nice. We also use shore power to recharge the outboard motor for the dinghy, which we depleted yesterday in our adventuring. So we'll get that topped off as well. And, what's that?
Do you have power?
Oh, yeah,
No. Where's that?
It's in the hanging closet. Yep, the other one too. Sorry.
Yeah, so if you're still with us, that was probably a little longer than it needed to be, but we're here in Nassau, so hopefully we'll see some sights. And I know my brother Brian mentioned wanting to see more of the stuff that we do on land, so we'll try to get some of that, and we'll talk to you later. But it's been a very good day. All right, bye.